Hey everyone, welcome to Card Lounge, where we showcase trading cards old and new, dead or alive. Before I begin today, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor. Absolutely nobody, because we are nobody. Alright, so this one's actually a little special for me today. So, if you grew up in the greatest decade of all, the 90s, you already know what I'm going to be getting at. So what if I told you there was a franchise so big, a toy so hot, that it was supposed to pay off your tuition, pay off your mortgage, make your family a millionaire. A toy so hot that your parents might have actually quit their jobs to become full-time prospectors for little plushies. That's right. Beanie Babies. So, like I said, you grew up in the 90s, you already knew how hot these things were. You've been around, not in the 90s, sorry, but this will be a fun little memory lane for you guys. So Beanie Babies were nothing but understuffed plushies. They're about like 5-6 inches long. They took the forms of different kinds of animals. They were pretty cute. They're pretty adorable. You know, like I said, they were understuffed so that you could pose them a little bit better, and they were cute plushies. So what happened with them? They were a huge failure in the beginning. You know, they came out in 1993. They didn't get big until I want to say probably 96, 97. So, you know, you couldn't find them in any Toys R Us. You couldn't find them in Toys R Us. You couldn't find them in KB. You couldn't find them in Target. Yes, Target existed back in the 90s. They were around for a long time. Go figure. You couldn't find them in Walmart either. You know, you were most likely to find them in little mom and pop shops, gift shops. I think the biggest store that had them was the Hallmark store. And I remember very well going to Hallmark stores with my dad looking for them and, you know, digging in the pile of plushies because they were often mixed in with other plushies. You know, it's also not uncommon to see long lines when they would drop the newest Beanie Baby. You know, long lines of people waiting outside to scoop them all up in the hopes that they would find the next valuable one. It was not uncommon to see signs saying we're all out of Beanie Babies. You know, signs, you know, one per person. The biggest corporate tie-in they probably did back in the 90s, because you know they came back again after the year 2000. We'll get into that. They did a tie-in with McDonald's. They did a few of them with McDonald's, and I remember the lines of McDonald's being ridiculous. Like, you could not get a Happy Meal. Like, they were sold out. They would have signs outside saying they're sold out. These have employees outside with this makeshift sign saying no more Beanie Babies. Please stop asking. It was not uncommon to hear reports of people buying 10, 20, even more Happy Meals and telling McDonald's, you know, hey, keep the food. I'm just taking the Beanie Babies. Or they would just throw the food right in the trash right outside. There's a bunch of trash buckets outside. That was just brand new food. You know, it was a huge waste, and it spoke a lot to the greed these things caused. You know, it was very sad. So, like I said, you had parents that would quit their jobs. They would quit entirely and just become beanie prospectors. Now, what is that? So, like I said, there were TV shows, there were magazines that came out. There's a whole huge secondary market that came out for beanies. So they would watch these shows, read these magazines. I don't know if there's a picture of the magazine here, but you know, we'll get into this in a bit. So they would read these. They would go after the Beanie Babies. They would try to find the most valuable one because, you know, they were supposed to make you a millionaire. And for some people, they did. Some Beanie Babies were selling for thousands and thousands of dollars back in the 90s, and in today's money, that's probably double what they got for it. You know, like this guy here, the Royal Blue Peanut. This was the Holy Grail back then. You know, he's actually one of the few to still hold any value. This little guy here, he was a color misprint, and back then, I think his going price was between $3,000 and $5,000. And that's back in the 90s. Now, it's, with inflation and all that, it's probably closer, if not $10,000 for a little plushie. You know, that's what it is. So, beanies made this massive secondary market. They were actually one of the hottest selling things on eBay, taking them, I think, over 10% of their overall sales on eBay. If it wasn't for beanies, basically, eBay wouldn't have existed. eBay wouldn't have survived the .com bubble. You know, these things kept eBay going, and you know what? Maybe they kept PayPal going also. You know, because they were so big. That's how it was back then. It was pretty cool. So, beanies made this whole secondary market. Let's get into the secondary market for a bit. So we have you had Beanie magazines, Beanie books. There were Beanie Baby field guides also that you were expected to maybe carry around with you and find out which one was going to be the hot beanie, which one was worth money. You know, you'd have a guide that helped you. Here, I actually used to have the guide. I didn't want to admit it, but you know, I kind of had it. Let's see if there's a little picture of it there. There it is. the Beanie Baby handbook. I don't know if we're going to focus very well on that one. There's also a Beanie cookbook. I had no idea what the Beanie cookbook even existed, but it was a thing. The side of this box also has a Beanie Baby CD album. I kind of want to get it, but I think my wife would get mad at me. There's also a Beanie Baby fan club as well. I'm not going to lie, I was part of the Beanie fan club, but the official one. So when Beanies were at their height, there were all these different things that came out that were not affiliated with Ty Warner, the company that made them. So you had magazines also. I remember going to Dragon's Den, which was like a big card and hobby store, and buying the magazines once in a while because I was, to me it was not so much I was going to get rich overnight. To me, it was a fun thing I was doing with my dad. I was a kid. I was having a good time. I was having a good time hunting these things, and you know what? It was a fun way for me to, for me personally, it was a fun way to connect with my dad and my family because we were having fun hunting for them. Even though he did buy into like the hype a little bit, but he was very good about it. He was very responsible, and after a while, it became more of a fun thing for us. It would be like, he would tell me, I found this. He wasn't one of those that quit his job, and he did the right thing. He had fun with it. We both bought a lot of them, and then, it all came crashing down. So the hot term to use was retired. When a beanie was retired, it wasn't around anymore. It was gone. It wasn't discontinued, it was retired. And the term retired just set off something in people's heads, and it made them think that this is going to be worth a ton of money. Some of them were, some of them weren't. But the retired ones were the hot commodity. There were pop-up conventions also where people would showcase their retired beanies, and you could buy them for a massive premium as well. So, like I said, there was a massive big market for it. So, and one day in December 1999, Ty Warner, who possibly hated the secondary market, I believe he did. I remember reading that he used to send out cease and desist letters to publications that were, trying to sell them, for a massive markup, to TV shows. Yeah, there were TV shows, late night TV shows that would try to sell them, like Home Shopping Network. They would try to sell them and send a cease and desist notice to them. One day in December, he would do a very drastic move and retired every single Beanie Baby. So in one move, he killed the entire secondary market. It was over. So all of them were valuable and not at the same time. So Beanie Babies just supernovaed overnight. I remember the day after it happened, my dad called me, and he was a little upset. He just told me flat out, "Hey, it's all over. Do whatever you want with them." So it didn't hit me at first, but then I'm like, "Oh wow, I'm sitting on a couple hundred of these plushies now. I have no idea what to do with them." So they, I believe a lot of them wound up in trash bags. We donated a lot of them. Some of them that were supposed to be huge just wound up, going to children in need, going to wherever they went. But that's the sad thing about Beanie Babies when you think about it. At the end of the day, they're toys. They're toys. They're plushies. And plushie, toys. They're meant to be loved by kids. They're not meant to be like not to be looked at and say, hey, this is gonna make me rich one day. They're meant to be loved by a child. As a comfort toy, as something to help them get through a thunderstorm, a bad day. But I don't know. I feel like Beanies never got that chance. You ask someone from my generation, about Beanie Babies, the first thing they'll tell you is how much they're worth or how much they were supposed to be worth. You're never going to hear about their favorite toy. You're never going to hear about their favorite beanie. You're going to hear about the Royal Peanut. You're going to hear about the Princess Diana bear. Yeah, that was a Princess Diana bear. You're going to hear about those and how rich they're supposed to make them. You're not going to hear about how they had this toy that stayed with them. It's sad. Like I said, Beanies never got the chance to be loved by the kids. They were just scooped up by adults and used as outlets for greed. Speaking of outlets for greed, these are the Beanie Baby trading cards. I had no idea these existed back then. I actually found them out of the blue. So if you look at them, it's the unofficial Beanie Baby trading card. So these are cards that were most likely not even authorized by Ty Warner. So you even know how these came around. This is the inaugural edition. So there was possibly more of them out there. Teeny Beanies, the McDonald's ones. And also on this box, it's shilling from the Beanie Baby handbook. We're shilling for the unofficial Beanie Baby fan club, which I don't know what they're sending out. And there's also a family plan. There's a family membership That'll get you 3 cards, 3 buttons, contests for $24.95 back then, which was probably like $50 today, which is a lot. Or you can pay $19.95, roughly $40 today, for the fan club. And it even says in the bottom, not affiliated with Thai Inc. That'll get you 6 newsletters, a membership button, and a membership card. You know, these people they're making money off these things. You know, there's also, like I said, the Beanie Baby CD. I kind of want the Beanie Baby CD. I want to know what they have on it. If anybody has it, you know, let me know. If anyone finds it somewhere, please let me know. There's a coloring book here too. You know, and a cookbook. So you know what? I kind of want to get in here. Oh wait, look at this. Win free beanies and products. You can win prizes from these things too. The prizes include free princesses. I'm assuming that's the Princess Diana bear. Valentino, which was, if my memory serves correctly, was a white bear with a red heart. That was also a hot commodity. Curly was a corduroy teddy bear. The music CD, handbook, and a fan club membership. You know what? We got really lucky with the Hyborian Fates box, so I'm kind of hoping we won another prize. By the way, I still haven't heard back from anybody with the Hyborian Fates thing, so I still gotta figure out what to do with the Ancient Gate. I still gotta figure out what to do with the grand prize card. All right, so this is the Beanie Baby trading card box, inaugural edition, 1998. So this has been out for 24 years now. Still sealed, brand spanking new. Let's pop it open. Smells like cardboard, greed, and a huge missed opportunity. All right, this is kind of exciting. All right, just put the plastic right there for now. All right, so it would have been displayed in stores. I'm guessing like this here. So this brings back any memories, anybody, any child in the 90s. There you go. I don't know if you've ever seen this before. I've never seen this before. So let's go. Let's pop it open. So we're gonna follow the same format we always do. We're gonna open up a few packs so we don't, go too crazy. And then I'll do a live stream. In a few days from now, I'll pop open the rest of them. It took me a few days to get the Hyborian Fates. That one smelled kind of weird. It smelled like old glue. Doesn't make sense. Just like the Hyborian Fates one, we'll do another live stream. All right, so here's the first one. This is nuts. Kind of like feel excited like I was when I was a kid getting these Beanie Babies. All right, here we go. Wow, this is nuts. Goldie the Goldfish is a teeny Beanie Baby. Here's the retired. Here's the retired bean right there in the top corner, other side there. So retired, like I said, means she's out of print. She's gone. Teeny Beanie Baby means she came out for McDonald's. All right, here we go. In the back of the card has a few stats, but these are like, who knows if these are real stats now. Like I said, this company's not affiliated with Time Warner Inc. Goldie the Goldfish, she was born April 11th, 1997. There was 10 million born. Estimated survival, it says 2008. I don't know why it says 2008 on it. How would it know? 250,000. But these are all speculations. Like I said, these are people who left their jobs to speculate. They just prospected on Beanie Babies. Like, who makes up these numbers? There's something, they just sat there and just kind of saw. There you go. Chops. Chops was also a teeny Beanie Baby, just a little lamb. Same thing also, same number. Birthday April 11th. That was the McDonald's craze. You can also Google the McDonald's craze. Apparently, employees made buttons, pins, whatever you want to call them, that said, "I survived the teeny Beanie Baby attack at McDonald's, 1997." It's a pretty cool bit of memorabilia. I feel like the Rick and Morty Szechuan sauce had nothing on these Beanie Babies. Chocolate the Moose, another teeny beanie. Here we go. Ostrich, new for 1998. Each beanie had a little poem in its tag. That was the thing they put in the newer ones when they started getting popular. The old ones didn't have them. So there's Stretch the Ostrich. I think I had Stretch the Ostrich. She's new for 98. Birthday was September 21st, 1997. But yeah, these are all, like I said, all speculation, and every card is very sure to say not affiliated with Thai Inc. All right, here we go. Spunky the Cocker Spaniel. I had her. I had Smoochie the Frog also. Oh my God, Rainbow the Chameleon. I had this one also. Puffer the Puffin. I believe I had this one. Iggy the Iguana. I had this with a friend of mine from school. And the cool thing about Iggy and I think the Rainbow the Chameleon was that everyone was different. So they all had different colors, different patterns. And Nip the Cat. I don't think I had Nip the Cat. I think that was one I tried to find to, you know, 'cause it was retired and it was like a hot commodity back in the day. Each one of these booster packs is very sure to shill the Beanie Baby Club. So each one is like a walking ad for their Beanie Club. Not so much what they have or if you're a contest winner or not. I don't know how to tell if you're a contest winner or not. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping we get lucky because I'm going to send it in. I'm going to mail it back in. Oh, here's a cool one. I remember Spooky the Ghost. I wanted Spooky the Ghost really bad. I thought this was a cool one. You know, looking back, it's like, you know, it's kind of doofy. But this is what was hot back then. This was a lot of fun. The back of the cards, and Spooky's retired. Total born 1 million. Estimated survived 100,000. Who makes these numbers? I don't know. Hit the cat again. Oh, here we go. Here's a fun one. Lefty the Democratic Donkey. So there's lefty and righty. They were obviously both, you know, representing the Democratic and Republican Party. One of the more valuable ones is a lefty with Hillary Clinton's signature on it. So that's another one. Lizzie the Lizard. Magic the Dragon. I remember my dad had this one, and he had it in a huge, like, one of those plastic boxes and with a tag protector and everything. And then once the bubble crashed, you know, he gave it to me. I thought it was really cool. I don't know what happened to it though. Radar the Bat. I remember Radar the Bat very vaguely. I think it's because I read the guide cover to cover over and over again back then. Here we go. Righty the Elephant. Here's the Republican elephant. Honestly, that's kind of cool. It's honestly really cool nowadays. You know, these make you think about what other collectibles are cool nowadays. Which other ones might be worth money? Which ones might not be? Sparky the Dalmatian, and Speedy the Turtle. I want to say I had Speedy, but it's pretty cool. Beanies. I'm trying to. You know what? Thinking back now, as the more I look at these cards, you'd be hard pressed to not find somewhere beanies have influence when you think about it. A lot of plushies nowadays have the PVC pellets in them. I don't know if that was a thing before beanies or not, but they, you know, maybe they use them because of the beanies or not, but a lot of plushies now, they have a bunch of PVC pellets inside of them. So is that a thing they started? Yeah, who knows? Here we go, Valentino. We were just talking about him. Oh, I dropped Valentino. It's Valentino the Bear. Strut the Rooster. Rover the Red Dog. Quackers is one of my first ones. I actually like Quackers the Duck. Actually pretty cool. Pinky the Flamingo. Mystic the Unicorn. Mystic the Unicorn is one of the few that held value up until a few years ago. While making this video, there still is a market for them. There still is a whole bunch of people out there that are trying to cling on to the hope that these will find a buyer. You will find listings for these side by side. With you'll find listings side by side. Some will be selling. Someone will have I don't know. We'll say Patty the Platypus for $1,000, but right next to it, the exact same one will be $5. You know. Will they come back one day? You know what? Maybe. Maybe after maybe one day, you know, these might make a comeback. Meanwhile, sitting right behind me, I have probably the next Beanie Baby. You know, who's to say one day this bubble won't pop if it hasn't popped already? The market's already inundated with these things, and they make them for every single franchise now. You know, some are worth a couple bucks, and some of them are worth thousands. It's just, we make them. You know? I have an autographed one here somewhere, but I'm not getting up. I'm lazy as hell. All right, we'll do 1 or 2 packs. We'll call it. And you know what? I'm honestly having a blast right now. This is a lot of fun. I really like kind of going back to my childhood a bit. Let's see. Puffer the Puffin. Iggy the Iguana. Again. Hissy the Snake. Actually, I think I had Hissy the Snake too. Aaron the St. Patrick's Day Bear. There was a little gift shop by me next to Radio Shack in my old neighborhood. I didn't grow up in like the best neighborhood, so no one really came to my area hunting for Beanie Babies, so I always got lucky with the bears. It was a mom and pop shop. They sold them for like probably 15 or 20 bucks as opposed to normal like $5.99. So even then it wasn't that bad. It saved me a trip. And I always got like the cool ones. This is a checklist. So they threw a checklist inside of here. Okay. Tusk the Walrus. Tank the Armadillo, Tabasco the Bull. Tabasco the Bull, I believe, got changed to Snort the Bull because obviously it was, Tabasco sauce. They got a cease and desist apparently. So Tabasco became Snort. So I remember I used to look for every single bull and look in the tag for Tabasco. I never found it. I have Snort and Humphrey the Camel. Humphrey the Camel, I think, is still worth a bit of money nowadays. Like I said, there are a few that are still worth a little bit. Nowadays, the secondary market mostly focuses on errors, typographical errors on tags, manufacturing errors, like if Beanie has an extra foot or not. You probably sew your own foot on there. They would probably never know. Typos, tag errors, things like that. That's what the market is nowadays, or if they're autographed by somebody. You can still find videos online of certain beanies, certain special editions that are worth some good cash now, but yeah, like I said, you're very hard pressed to find a beanie worth a lot of money now. You could buy them now for just to enjoy, give these toys some love that they never got to have. But, that's where we are. Princess, here we go. This guy here, this girl, this is a Princess Diana bear. Princess Diana was a very, was a princess. She's a princess. A very, very wonderful person, very wonderful human being. Did a lot of great humanitarian work. Sadly, she passed away, I believe, in '97. It was a massive, massive international tragedy. Beanie Babies made the Princess Diana commemorative bear. So, going back talking about greed, everyone forgot the initial message of this bear, and they bought her up thinking that it would make them rich. So there was a huge gold rush for this little bear. Forgetting the tragedy that caused her to come into existence. You find them for like $5 online, $10 tops maybe nowadays. These are it's just another mark of the '90s. Teddy Violet. Teddy Violet, I think, was one of the originals. There she is, right there. It's the originals. That's the remake. Teddy Teal. Starting to see a theme here. Teddy Teal, 1994, 1995, new face, old face. There's more new faces more old faces than new faces according to this card. So maybe just another Teddy, Teddy Jade, Teddy Cranberry. I'm starting to see a really big theme here. Teddy Stegosaurus. They had 3 dinosaurs, I think, in the beginning. They're probably all worth decent money nowadays. I saw one on Mercari go for like $40, so that's saying a lot now. Liberty. Well, this one's gold. This one is a gold thing on top, so I don't know if she's worth that much. If she's worth anything, but I wonder if the card's worth anything. Actually, I never checked if the cards are worth anything. If there's even a market for these cards. All right, last pack. Let's see what we can find here, and then we'll call it. Like I said, this is a fun trip down memory lane. Oops, I dropped it. Fun trip down memory lane, and I'm really glad I got to share this with you guys. Here we go. Lefty, Kiwi, Grunt, Derby, Coral, another Chops, Call the Crow, Bubbles the Fish. These are all the old ones. Allie the Alligator, and last but not least for today, Chili the Polar Bear. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for today. Another live stream will be coming up soon where I'm going to open up the rest of the packs here with you guys. I'll be on chat as well. Hopefully we can draw a winning card. That'd be pretty sweet if you get a winning card from another card from the 90s. That's another winner. Send it in. Maybe I'll even buy the Beanie Baby soundtrack and play it in the background. Who knows? So we'll see where we go from here. Guys, thanks again. Stopping in, I always appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. If I was drifting off a little more today than normal, it's because I really did go back in time for a few seconds here and there, and I do miss it. I do miss the hunt. Miss looking for them, and it was a good time. All things being said, beanies were a good time. They were a crazy time. Also notice a little detail here. There's little burgers and fries in the borders of the teeny Beanie Baby box. I don't know if you can see it there. It's kind of cool. And on that note, I'm going to end by saying my first Beanie Baby was Pincher's the Lobster. It's pretty cool. After doing this, I might have to pick one up and just to have again. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by. As always, I appreciate it. Until next time, all right? Take care. Be safe.